Hi, and welcome to How to JS videos. Today I'll just be going through a simple example of adding a class to a container and then refactoring the code to make it a little bit more reusable and readable. So just to get straight to the point, we have a container that has an English div and a Spanish div, and we have the CSS, some very basic CSS. It just has a black border and a gray background and a little hover state, as you can see here. Ooh, nice, right? And then we have these two classes, flag US and flag ES, Espanol, which contain images of flags that will be added to the background. So what we're doing is we have a small amount of jQuery right here that says for the English element, on click, run this function. And the function that we're running happens to be a function that will take the English container and add the flag US class to the English container. And what that will do is add this flag US class over here's flag icon to the container on click. So we're going to actually do that now. And voila, there we go. Look at that. So now we have the country flag showing there. And same code repeated here for Spanish, right? Just showing the little red circle as you can see where we are. And there we go. All right. So very basic, very simple, nothing really outrageous there, right? So let's see, it looks like we got a lot of repetition here. This could be a function. It looks like here we're repeating English, and just to start here, jQuery has a special keyword this that is not the current, like you have your this is the current object, but it's not the current object. Just think of it as the current jQuery object that is being operated on, if that makes some sense. So if you use the this in this case means this object, this jQuery object that they were talking to right here. So I'm going to just make this code a little bit smaller by just making that little small modification right there. And we're going to say, we're going to run this, and then we're going to click. Ooh, still works. That's great. Can we make this even smaller? I think we can. And I've already written this code, so I'm going to paste this code in, and I'm going to go through it. So let's just take this away for a second. So I've written this code already, and I've given it a name, and the name I've given it is show flag. I'm just going to indent this a little bit so it looks a little bit easy to read. So we're doing the same things over and over and over again. So in this case, I'm just basically taking what we see here and just reusing it. So I have a function called show flag that will take two arguments, two parameters, two whatever you want to call them. So this dollar here is just a naming convention that should be followed if you would like to follow it, but it makes it known to other developers that this is a jQuery object or element that we're passing in here. So this element and this class are the two things that we are concerned with in this case. So let's see if we can make this work for both cases. So let's just take this code that already exists, paste it in here, move this over a bit. This element will be the element that we're going to pass in. Let's copy that and put that right there. So whatever element is being passed in, no matter what it is, so we don't have to keep writing English, Spanish, German, we can just have it written in one time. And the same thing for the class. We want it so that we can use any class instead of just continuing to repeat and write in these classes. we'll just be able to say, hey, just pass in this class that we passed down into the function. Okay? So now how will we use this function? We easily use this function by calling it with the elements that we want. So I'm going to call this 2 times. Instead of these 6 lines of code, we're going to just do it in 2 lines. And we're going to call English for this first guy. And we're going to put the flag that we want for that class that we want to add, which is going to be a flag. And the class can do anything. In this case, we just happen to be using a flag in this case. That class can be whatever you want it to be. Any class. It could be a class that throws animation or keyframes or whatever you want it to be onto your class. So with this right here, we've taken away the whole entire need for this. And now, look how much shorter this function has got. And now we can reuse this for many things. So let's see, instead of all this talking I'm doing, if this actually works. All right, so we're going to click here. Wow, look at that. It works for the country flag of the US. And wow, works like a charm. So here we just been able to refactor the code to do what it already is doing, but just make a lot more sense and take a lot less time. And I think this is a lot more readable to someone coming in to read this code. They can see what's going on here. And don't forget this means this element right here. This does not mean the window. So don't get confused by that. All right, I hope this made some sense. Let me know if you have any questions. I hope you have a good day, and have your friends check out How-To.js videos right here on YouTube. Search for How-To.js videos, all one word. Have a good day. Have a good night. Enjoy. All right.